So that which is economically viable, those natural substances that you get, and then humans turn it into something which is useful and economically viable, right? So that becomes a resources. We have done resources, we have done types of resources. Okay, we have done natural resources that are, what is the classification based on natural resources? Type on the basis of origin. What was the types based on origin?
Ma'am, natural, man-made, and human.
These are types of resources. Okay, and then we further classified these natural resources into, depending upon from where we are getting it. Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
based on their origin, it was on
Ma'am,
as a,
renewable and non-renewable.
no, it was abiotic and biotic based on their origin. Based on their exhaustibility, it is renewable, non-renewable.
Non-renewable.
Okay, so remember which has been asked. Okay, so all this classification we have finished. Classification, there is no problem, right? In the
No,
end,
ma'am.
basis of ownership, community resource, individual, national, and world. On the basis of distribution, this I told you, ubiquitous, which are found everywhere, right? Like sunlight, wind, and water. Localized are which are found in particular places, like minerals and coals and petroleum. Okay, fossil fuel. Right. So we did this. Utility also we did. Utility of resources. Utility of resources is
Yes, ma'am.
determined by its accessibility. That means its place where it is found, its quality, in which quality it is found, right? Awareness that people should know their use. Okay, and the cost that is
Cost.
involved. Now the cost is involved if it is more than what it is, what usefulness it is giving to you, then there is no point in extracting that resource. Okay, so these are there. Then human resources, importance of human resources we have done. Okay, principal resources of the world, this we did. They are divided into agriculture, pastoral. Did we do this? No,
Yes, ma'am.
we did. Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Only Ved is sure. What happened, Ronak? Melvin, switch on your video. Rest all of you children. Shivam, Neha, we have done now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Principal resources we have done. Now, why should we have efficient use of resources? Very simple. Every problem starts with scarcity of resources and unlimited wants. Okay, because we have scarcity of resources and because we have unlimited wants, because there is population growth, we need efficient use of these resources, and each resource has alternate use. Right? We have learned this about this in the first chapter only, that each resources have alternate uses. Neha, switch on your audio video. Right, that is why it is important that we have efficient, we use these resources efficiently. Okay, and also if we finish off the resources now only, because exhaustible resources like fossil fuel, if we finish them now only, since it takes thousands and millions years to make, the future generations will not get any of these resources. Okay, so there is a dire need that we go for alternate sources of energy, and we should use restrain in using the fossil fuel. Okay, also there is a problem of pollution. Sustainable development is the last topic. I think I had done this. Sustainable development is that only, that we need to use these resources in such a way that we use it now, the present generation use it, and we leave for the future generation also. Because the potential resources that we have, we learned potential resources and natural resources. Potential resources that are there, till now we do not know whether we can extract them or not, right? So if we use everything in the present generation only, the future generation is not left with, although the quality of life for our generation will increase, but nothing will be left for the future generation. Okay, so I told you there are certain principles of sustainable development: respect and care for all forms of life, improve the quality of human life, conserve earth's vitality, minimize depletion of natural resources, change personal attitude and practices towards environment, and enable communities to care for their own environment. Because when communities together care for their own environment, then in all over the world, care for environment can be taken care of. Okay, is it clear? Sustainable development, why do you need sustainable development, and how can you have sustainable development? right? Now we come to the next topic, that is economy. Now, what is an economy? We have been learning economics. Now, this is the fourth chapter we have started. Tell me what is an economy. Who will tell me what is an economy? What is an economy?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, an economy is a like a thing where
When it is okay. Where? What do you mean when we say Indian economy is doing well or Indian economy is not doing well
Ma'am,
or the world economy is suffering? What do you mean by that? Yes. Yes,
system
Pranak.
of agents and process of the production, distribution,
These are
ma'am,
agents of production.
economy is also defined as the
distribution,
science of wealth.
Economy is defined as a,
Science of wealth.
it's defined as a science of wealth. Okay, well, definition of economy.
ma'am,
What else?
consumption of limited goods and services,
It is consumption. One part of it is consumption, one is distribution, one is exchange, one is production, right? These are
trade,
parts of an
Yes, ma'am.
economy. But what actually is economy? Economy means all the economic activities that are happening in a particular region, right? When we talk about Indian economy, it is about India we are talking. All the economic activities, whether it is production, distribution, consumption, or exchange. There are four kinds of economic activities, right? Whatever economic activity, it comes under economy, right? And of a particular region. We can talk about it as a state also. State's economy is not doing well, okay? And when we combine all the countries, then we talk of it as world economy, okay? So all economic activities of a particular region or a well defined region is known as economy, okay? Now economy, it provides people with a source of employment. Yes or no? It is the economy, it is the economic
Yes, ma'am.
activities only which
Yes,
provide them with a source of employment, and through that they can earn income. Yes. And economic activities, I told you there are production, consumption, investment, and one more I have not written, exchange. Okay. So four economic activities involved are in there in economy. Okay. Production is process of creating goods and services so that they increase the value of the commodity. There can be two ways. Production is either you take the natural resource and convert it into something, right, which has value, economic value, or a product which is already there, you enhance it to some other product and create more value in it. Okay. So that is production. Consumption is using, that is consuming or using up these goods and services so that your wants are satisfied. Okay. That is consumption. If you are using if you are buying flour from the market and making chapatis out of it, you are doing what? You're consuming it. Yes or no? To satisfy your want, satisfy your hunger. Okay. So that is consumption. Investment is what you have already, what capital stock you have. What is capital? What is capital? Tell me. What
Ma'am,
is capital?
capital is the income.
No, it is not the income. Capital is what? Where do you
Ma'am, the
use capital? It is a factor of production.
factor production.
Yes. So what is capital?
Factor of production.
Yes, but what is it? Factor of that factor of production which further helps in production.
Yes, ma'am. Any
Yes.
raw material which
Yes.
helps in production.
Yes. So capital is that factor of production which further helps in production. So capital, we always need to have more the capital, more the production. Okay. Yes.
and we can tell political entity.
We can tell.
Political entity.
No, it's not a political entity. How can capital be a political entity? Is building a political office building a political entity?
No, ma'am.
Then how does politics come in here?
Okay.
Okay. So capital is required for more economy, right? To increase your economy. And what is investment? Investment is adding up of those capital stock so that your economy can have more production. Okay, investment means that only you are buying more capital. Yeah, that means what stock you already have of capital, you are increasing that stock so that the economy is helped in a way that it helps in better and more production. Okay, so these are parts of economy in which economic activities are there, and economic activities have production, consumption, investment, and exchange. I think I have not written exchange. Exchange is also there. Exchange is where you are exchanging, the sellers are selling and buyers are buying. Okay, it is that place which we commonly known as a market. Okay, why all of you have your videos switched off? Is there a problem? Only Ved and Neha I can see. Melvin, Ronak, Shivam, Riya. No video switched off. Okay. So what is the main function of an economy? First is production, the most important, right? It produces goods and services to satisfy your human wants. Okay. And second main most important function it provides income or employment. It provides employment through which people generate income. So it provides income or employment and giving them earning opportunities to the people. Is it clear? The two main functions of economy. Yes, there are other
Yes, ma'am.
subsidiary functions also, but these are the two main functions. First is producing goods and services so that it can satisfy human wants. Second is providing employment opportunities to the people. Okay. Now, why do we are learning basic problems of an economy? Okay. So, what are our basic economic problems? This we have learned in our first chapter only. What is our basic economic problem? What is a basic economic problem?
Ma'am, the basic economic problem is scarcity.
Yes, it is unlimited human wants along with that scarcity of
Scarcity
resources.
of material
Yes,
resources.
yes. These scarce resources can satisfy our alternate wants also, right? They have alternate uses. That means one resource can be used for 4 or 5 things, right? Yes or no? Fuel can
Yes.
be used for your vehicles. Fuel can be used for factories. Fuel can be used for your generators. So one resource has alternate use, and they have human wants are unlimited. One want is finished, the next one crops up. So these limited resources have to satisfy all the human wants, and therefore we say that there is a scarcity of resources. Okay, so a situation where there exists only a limited amount of resources due to which we can produce only limited amount of goods. Okay, so all of the economies, whichever economy it is, whether it is a developed economy or it is an underdeveloped economy, the three basic problems that they face is what to produce, and whom to produce. This comes together. Okay, what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, and how much to produce. Okay, that how much to produce comes inside this only. Basically we ask for three only: what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Now what is the who has their please mute your this thing, audios. There is disturbance, someone else's voice is coming. Okay, so you have understood the three basic questions that we ask in the three basic economic problems. These are known as the central economic problems of an economy, and this problem is faced by all. And why is it faced by all? Because we have scarcity of resources. So we have to decide what do we need to produce. Now what do you mean by what do you need to produce? What is the meaning of what do you need to produce? Yes, Melvin?
Ma'am, it means the demand. What is the demand of the population and what you need to produce for the
Yes.
demand?
No. Melvin, what were you saying?
Ma'am, I was saying that
Melvin, you are muted again.
ma'am, we have to produce those goods which are more in demand to satisfy their wants.
Is it necessary? Then we'll be having a capitalist economy if we go for what is more in demand. Yes, the what to produce means consumer goods to be produced more, or capital goods to be produced more, war goods to be produced more, right? That is what the problem is. Yes or no? If we produce consumer goods more, then we are not looking at the society, right? Because people, if we go, what where are consumer goods produced more? In a capitalist economy, yes, wherein they go after the demand in the market, right? So what happens to the social welfare of the people? That is not looked after. Yes, if you look after the social welfare of the people, then consumer are affected. So there is always a problem on what is to produce. Okay, how much resources to be put where. Now how to produce, what is how to produce? Neha, what is the meaning of how to produce? Neha, what is the meaning of how to produce? Yes, Neha.
Ma'am,
Only Neha. Yes.
ma'am,
Let Neha speak first.
ma'am, she has some
No, 1
internet
minute.
problem, ma'am.
Let her try. Yes, Neha.
Mom, your voice is not coming.
My voice is not coming. How to produce? What is the problem? How to produce? Not understood, Neha? Okay, who will tell? Shivam?
Ma'am,
What is this problem of how to produce? Yes, Shivam?
Way to produce?
How to produce is?
Ma'am, in which way to produce, ma'am?
Yes, in which way things have to be produced. That means, should we use capital intensive technique or should we use labor intensive technique, right? And how will we decide on this? We have to see the population, we have to see what is the cost of production if we use capital intensive, what is the cost of production if we use labor intensive, which is more profitable for us and more profitable for society as a whole, right? So this is the second problem that we have. How to produce, how much of what technology to use. Okay, and the third is for whom to produce. Yes, so in this, what do you have? For whom to produce?
ma'am,
Ma'am,
for whom to produce means
ma'am,
for
for
like produce for the population or the workers.
I mean, like
Yes.
to produce for a state or for the whole country or for only
Okay.
one like
Yes,
city type.
yes,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have to, yes, you have to decide for whom to produce, whether it is the upper class or the rich people or the poor people. How do you decide, right? You are producing luxury goods or you are producing consumer goods, your basic necessities to be covered. See, there are so many things because there are so many wants to be satisfied. Okay, so these are the three basic problems that we have. Okay, right, so this has been shown.
Ma'am, sometimes we need to also export it to the other
Yes,
import
that
to
we
the
have
other
to.
countries.
Yes, those all come into this only, that we do not have the resources to produce something, so we have to import. We do not have that much oil in our country that we can satisfy everybody's wants, so we need to import oil, right? So we have to, that also comes under the problem. But the three basic problems are these only: what, how, and for whom. Okay, now why are there these economic problems, right? Why are the reasons that we face these problems, right? I have already told you, according to Professor Robbins also, and otherwise
It's
also, because
unlimited wants and limited
yes, this
resources.
I have already told you. We have unlimited warmth, we have scarcity of resources, and these resources have alternate use. So we have to choose in between that also, which use this particular resource should be put to, right? So these three are the basic causes of economic problems. Okay, this I have shown you in a diagram also, that wants are limited, right? And when wants are limited, they are competitive. What is the meaning of wants are competitive?
ma'am, like challenges.
No, we have done this. Wants are competitive. We have done this.
Ma'am, competitive means, ma'am, even there are other companies that create, create
No,
these goods for the
no.
want.
Having wants will be a human want. What does a company need to do with that? It is your and my want. Why are they competitive?
Oh, like,
Because
ma'am,
we
what do you want
want,
to buy?
because
Ma'am, we
human
have
wants
certain,
are
You are forgetting second chapter want.
ma'am, we have certain money, ma'am, we have certain money, but we don't know what to buy with it. There is like two
Yes,
things, but
because
we don't know what
wants,
to buy with it.
because we have alternate wants. Like
Yes,
we
ma'am.
want all of our wants to be satisfied. So if one gets satisfied, we have
Another
other
one.
want. Yes, other want cropping up, right? So because of a greed, we say wants are competitive. Yes. Okay. So, and we have so many wants coming up daily. If we have one model of TV, next month something else comes up, we need that TV, right? The same with our mobile phones, latest technology comes up, we need to keep upgrading it. So we have these resources also, we have these wants also, which are competitive among each other. That means one gets satisfied, the other one crops up. If we satisfy two of them, the third will be there. We are hungry daily, we need to have food daily. That is the meaning of wants are competitive. And see, economic problem, I have told you, wants are unlimited but means are limited. Wants are
after another.
yes, one after the another, they keep on cropping up. Want are competitive because they differ in intensity. Means have their alternate uses, and all of this combined becomes a problem of choice for us also. What do we choose, right? How do we choose what to satisfy first, what to satisfy second, right? We have to prioritize our wants also. So that is a problem for us. Okay. Right. So we have already discussed this. These are the central problems of an economy. These are central because they are common to all economies. Whatever kind of economy it is, whether it is a developed economy or an underdeveloped economy, it's a mixed economy, socialist economy, capitalist economy. Whatever kind of economy it is, these three problems are central problems of an economy, right? This is common to all. And the making best use of available scarce resources is known as the problem of economizing of resources. So you have to decide, whatever government is deciding, or whether it is the industries who are deciding, whoever is the decision maker have to decide that what resources are available to them, they have to make the best use of those resources, right? Efficient use, like isse zyada to nothing can be done. So they have to use the best of technology, they have to use the best of skills of people, best use of resources, so that they can satisfy maximum of the wants. This is known as problem of economizing of resources. That means putting the resources to best of their use, to their efficient use. Okay. Next is, what is next? Okay, now we are going to take all of this in detail, what to produce, how much to produce, right? So first thing we are going to start with what to produce and in what quantity to produce, right? What, whether we produce more of butter or we produce more of gun, right? And if we are producing both, so how much should we produce butter and how much should we produce gun? Because both of us things are required for us, right? Butter, or if you don't want to take butter, you can take bread. Bread is required, it's a daily necessity for you, for your hunger. But guns are also required because you need to have your military in proper position, so that threat of other countries invading you is minimized. So you require both. So how do you take the decision ki what to produce and how much should you produce, right? Because you have limited resources only. So if you put money in creating butter, bread, then less of the money will go into gun making. Yes, so you have to decide among them how much to produce, what should be the quantity that you should produce of both. Okay, so this I have already given you. Quantity of consumer goods should be there, capital goods should be there, or war goods should be there. Consumer goods are for the satisfaction of now, the present generation. What the present generation want to have a better quality of life, right? Capital goods are there for further production. To increase your economy, to better your economy, you need capital goods, right? You need to maintain stock and you need to increase the stock of capital goods. War goods, I've already told you, key to protect your country from external invasion, you need to have a proper army also, with which you need to have, for whom you have to provide with latest technology. So war goods are also required. And wherever now you have, if you use more of resources in one, the other production has to suffer, because you will be taking some resources from there and putting it into the this resource. Okay, so if more of consumer this, then capital goods are going to suffer. That means, what is the meaning of this? This will mean that this generation is enjoying a quality life because you're producing more of consumer good, but the future generation is going to suffer because you are not stocking your capital. Yes, so, and if you have less of capital, you will have less of production in the economy, so it is going to affect the future generation. So this you have to decide how much and what, right? Your second is how to produce. This I have already explained to you, what technique you are going to use. Whether you are going to use labor intensive technique, that means you are going to use more labor and less capital, or you are going to use capital intensive technique, that means more capital and less labor, right? Now why is this a problem? Because the producers, they always want to maximize their profit and reduce their cost of production. Okay, for them this is a problem. If they use more of labor, then their efficiency suffers. Why? Because they are not using their proper technology. Okay, so they have to have a mix of whatever the factors are available, considering their relative prices, what gives them the least cost of production, they and maximum profit, they decide according to that. Is this clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
How to produce. Now last is for whom to produce, right? This is a problem of distribution. I have already told you, right, whether to produce for rich people or whether to produce for lower income people, which group of society should you produce more, whether for children goods should be more, or for old people it should be more, medicine should be more, these
Ma'am,
all. Yes,
Now our children working in restaurants.
yes, that is what I'm saying. So you have to decide for whom to produce, right? Which society should be taken into, which part of society should be taken into consideration. Okay, so now in this there are two things.
How is
Yes,
class part of it?
how is
Ma'am, how is class part of it?
class part important here? This is where you are deciding for whom you are going to produce. If you produce more for the younger generation, then your older generation suffers because you are taking resources away from those goods which are there for older generation, right? You have limited resources, you have to put them to alternate uses. So if you are going to increase the production one, you have to take resources from something else and put into that, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so that is why this decision is very important for whom to produce. Okay, now when you are thinking about production, this production is directly related to your income generation. We learned what is the function of an economy: to generate employment, to give them income, right? So share of income for various social groups when they produce goods and services. So this you have to keep in mind. What will be their share in the income when production of goods and services. So depending on what good and services are taking place, their income also depends on that, right? And distribution of income among households and individuals of a society. So both these things you have to see, right? Income distribution in the social groups and households and individuals as in a society. You have to consider both of them when you are deciding for whom you have to produce. Okay, so these three basic central problems are clear to you. How to produce, for whom to produce, how much to produce.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So now next, this is a very important thing which is known as, okay, we have 2 minutes. Queenie will continue with this. Production possibility curve, right? The PP curve or the production possibility curve. Now what is this curve? This curve shows you all the possible combinations of two goods, right? Okay, that you can produce by making full use of resources and technology in an economy, right? So it is a curve between two goods. Okay, I'll show you the curve also. It is a curve between two goods which is telling you the maximum combination that you can have. For example, let's just take an example of bread and gun only. Okay, so it will show you different combinations of bread and gun which a society can produce with varying their use of economic resources. Like if you are producing more of gun, you will have less of bread. Okay, and in between also maybe both of them have equal.